Welcome to DBL. For tens of millions of Americans, the Thanksgiving travel rush is about to begin. We've already been talking about Jeff's giving me tips. Around 30 million travelers are expected to jam airports this year. The roads will also be very busy. AAA predicts almost 50 million Americans will be driving, but at least gas is much cheaper. The average Thanksgiving dinner is also costing Americans less this year. It's down to $61 thanks to cheaper turkeys and cranberries. So, what are you all planning to do this year? Tori, what about you?
I'm going to be flying on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's probably a good thing.
That's my hack.
Yep.
And be really kind to everyone and be fine eating on Friday. And get there.
Oh, you're not eating Thursday?
No, we couldn't figure it out. So everyone's waiting, and we're just going to make it on Friday, but at least we get to all be together. I'm going to go see Judy. We're going to have some mash, some stuffing. We're going to be happy.
I love that.
We're going to be happy.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Staying home, so I'll be cooking for, probably a few neighbors. My brother-in-law's coming in town, so.
So you're hosting?
I'm hosting, yeah, like I do every year. I love to cook, and since the economy's perfect and the gas prices are way down and turkeys are cheap, it's a time to celebrate.
It is now. The gas is down about 58 cents, which is good for people.
Erica always hosts. You host sometimes up to like 25 people for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
How is it this year?
This year, I don't know what's going on, y'all. We're down to half.
Okay.
There's probably going to be about 12. My dad couldn't come.
No, Roosevelt.
Which, I was so bummed. Like, I honestly cried on Friday. Like, it makes me so sad to think about it. But my dad's an entrepreneur, and honestly, obviously he's a funeral director, so that means that some families are much more sad during the season than I am. But, it's just one of those things where you want everybody to be together, and if they can't, then it's kind of a bummer.
I'm sorry, Erica.
But yeah,
I feel that.
Yes,
I do.
but also we have to look at this from Roosevelt's perspective. Look at his daughter hosting in her own home. That's the link in the chain. Eventually, the parents go away, and then you'll go. It's a beautiful kind of transition. So maybe that's just kind of happening. So think about it like that. I'm sure he's a proud papa. Of course he is.
What about you?
I'm going to see the kiddos, of course. Yeah, so I'll be doing that.
When are you going to be traveling? Is it going to be during the hoopla?
Always day of.
Yeah,
day of.
Okay. Yeah, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you?
Well, we're driving day of. I have one of my best friends since I was 4 years old, lives in Colorado Springs, and we always spend Thanksgiving with her family, and I can't wait to see her. But we're driving. I was a little nervous, is that going to be a bad drive? But day of. And then Jeff gave me some tips on the frontage road, so we're good.
All right. Well, now you just told everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret. Whoops. Oh, well. Okay, so as we're all gearing up for Thanksgiving, we got some Thanksgiving guest etiquette tips, thanks to the folks over at Food Network, to ensure that you are the best guest. Up first, bring something, even if your host insists it is not necessary. Next, as a guest, it's a great idea to bring a dish that anyone can eat, even if they're gluten-free or vegan. You're often safe with any vegetable. Turn your dish into twice the gift. Bring food baked or served in a brand new dish that can be given to the host. Here's a very important one. Don't cancel on the last minute, okay? Not fair to them. And next, offer to come early to help greet the other guests. That frees up the host to finish in the kitchen. That is brilliant.
Don't come early.
No, it depends who it is. If it's a good friend, and then you can finish in the kitchen and they're handling the greeting, I like it. If it's someone that, we'll talk about it. Finally, help to clean up after the big meal. So, so you don't like that one tip. You're not.
I think I'm Team Tori on that.
Yeah, I got to have my space and time when I open the door and welcome everybody in, and there will be people there.
Okay. There you go.
People will come.
Will it into existence? I feel like the first one we skipped over, but I wish somebody had really sat me down and hammered it into my head. Always bring something. Erica's going to tell you don't bring anything. Jeff will say, oh, I got it. Don't listen ever. It's a big deal. And I would say people are always looking at the little things. So anybody that's going out there, you're single, you want to meet somebody at the party, you don't want to be guy that brought nothing person. I don't care if you got
You don't want to be that guy.
You're that guy at the party. You mean the guy with no dish? That guy?
I think the biggest slap in the face to the host is last minute cancellation.
Seriously.
People, you have to understand.
Unless they're sick.
Right. Yeah, if you're sick, yes, obviously stay home. But it's when you are being hosted by someone, there's so many other elements that are going into accommodating you. So by the time that you do a last minute cancellation, like they're out of time, they're out of their, money as a resource, and also just like the planning of how a party or a dinner is going to go. If you're considered, you should be considering them as well.
Very true.
If it's in your control and you don't want to go, just say earlier on, like, hey, I can't make it.
So true.
I have some hosting tips from
good. Tell us.
HGTV. Let's know if you agree with this. Number 1, you can clean your potatoes in the dishwasher rinse cycle.
Huh.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, just wash them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to
Also-
just put them in a bowl and scrub them.
Right. I also learned you can push them through a baking tray and they peel without having to peel each one. Once they're cooked, just smush them and all the meat comes out and the skin stays on top.
That's cool.
Good hack. Pre-cut your veggies in the fridge.
I do that. I do that every day, though. Every time I go grocery shopping,
Easy.
you got to pre-cut. That cuts down on so much cook time.
Okay.
So much cook time. Just,
Okay.
I always say the rule is no labels in your refrigerator. So if it says carrots, you messed up. Your carrots should be diced up and in the container.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay, what are you? Okay, yes, sir. Put unused condiments in a cooler. Now, this is apparently so it frees up the rest of your fridge.
That's smart. Yeah,
Okay.
I get that.
Okay, put recipes at eye level. Okay?
Recipe?
Eye level.
Okay.
And then finally, make a batch of cocktails to free up the bar. Okay.
No, they're going to get watered down.
No, you don't put any ice in it. It's just a pre-made
Yeah.
cocktail. That way they get the ice and then they pour it in. You don't have to host the bar.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to give the illusion that you're making something special for them.
It's a pre-made specialty cocktail in a
Making the
beautiful
cocktail means something,
container.
Erica.
No,
Making
in a
the
beautiful
cocktail
Would you
means
rather they make the cocktail or would you rather they make the food? Because unless you are expecting a bartender to be there, whose house you going to?
Seriously.
I'll wait.
Oh my gosh, she doesn't have 8 arms.
No,
She's
I
not
do.
an octopus.
I really do think there is something to, if you're hosting, especially if there's 2 of you guys. I think even if you have an older teenager, they can make drinks. It's a good way.
So you want the teenager to make the
Yes,
drink.
because they don't. Okay, they can make it without drinking it. They don't have to taste it.
Okay.
Don't label and make your teenagers drink.
Yeah.
They can make.
What about
drinks.
the 7-year-old? Should the 7-year-old
They can take
be in?
coats.
Okay.
Yes, we're team here.
Put them to work.